Good afternoon, everyone. I am still on Magnetic Island, and I thought today that I would record outside for you. So today's class will be leg strengthening today, a little bit of heat to get us moving. Today's a little bit overcast, so sort of nice to get outside and warm up a little bit. So let's begin. Let's just take your position with your toes touching, heels slightly apart, hands alongside the body. We'll do sun salutations to begin with, to warm up. So just close down your eyes to start. And let's just shake off anything that we've brought to the mat today by taking a few deep inhalations and exhalations. So in your own time, draw your breath in through the nose, breathing in until you feel that opening in the back of your throat. Inhale and raise your arms up towards the sky. And with your exhalation, hands in prayer position, down to your heart space. Release, let it all go. Relax the breath, floating the hands alongside the body. And draw your breath in now. Inhale in again. Nice and deep. Hands together in prayer, and with the exhalation, draw your hands down in front of you, back to your heart space. Relax the breath by floating the arms also alongside the body. And if you're on the boat and the waves are gently rocking you, just go with it. Don't try to hold yourself up. Just feel the natural rhythm of the boat rocking from side to side. Third and final inhale, let's rise up. Draw our breath in. Maybe this time you'd like to arch back a little bit, press the chest forward, use the fingertips to lengthen the spine, and then draw the hands together in prayer and back down to your heart space. Awesome. Now we're centered, ready to begin. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the arms up towards the sky, and let's sit down into our chair pose. You can have your arms out in front of you if that feels uncomfortable, raising them up towards the sky. My knees are joining together. Tuck the tailbone slightly so you take any pressure off that lumbar area, but you are getting a little strength there as well. Just keep focusing on your breath, your inhalations and your exhalations as you relax down your shoulders too. Take the weight more into the heels. And then fold forward over the legs, hands together in prayer position. Allow the fingertips to touch the shins or the earth. Relax the head. Inhale, keep standing, toes touching, heels slightly apart. And let's come back into our chair pose. Keep breathing. Using those long, deep breaths, check in with the lumbar area. Are you overly rounded in that area? If you are, just slightly tip the pubic bone up a little bit forward. And relax and focus. Find your gaze, your drifty, something to focus on here. I can see someone walking along the beach in front of me. So that's my focus. One more breath, hands together in prayer with the exhalation. Float over the legs again and relax the head down. Hands to the shins or the earth. And last time, float the arms up. One more time, sitting back down into your chair. You're getting some strength in your quadriceps here, strength in your arms, strength in your back. Keep breathing, keep smiling. One more breath and hands together in prayer. Come nice and straight with the legs and back to your heart space. So let's step back now into our warrior one pose. So just sweeping that right foot back. Just point the toes slightly forward. Press the thumb to the crease underneath the buttocks and just move those hips forward a little bit so they're nice and square. And raise the arms up towards the sky. Draw that left knee towards the toe so when you gaze down you just should see the big toe, and breathe into this space. Look up or just focus forward. And as always, drawing our inhalations and exhalations in, nice and deep. Last breath, and just turn that back foot on a 45-degree angle And bring the arms out shoulder height. Gaze forward over that middle finger at the front. And breathe into this space as you press with your feet down into the mat or onto the deck like I am today. Keep breathing in and just check in with the buttocks. Sometimes we press that out a little bit. Scoop it in, pelvis underneath, tailbone underneath a little bit. Keep breathing. Keep drawing that left foot and knee forward and the back foot away. So you're feeling that strength in the legs. Let's side tilt, bringing the left elbow to the inside of the left leg. Let me just take a step over here so you can see me a little better. And raise that right arm up towards the sky. So depending on your flexibility here, you might want to have your arm down, fingertips maybe touching the sky. Always breathe in. And one more breath. And come back up and float back up into your warrior two pose. With that back arm, it's not off to the left or the right, just check in with that. Keeping our arms nice and strong, legs lovely and strong. Breathing always into that space. And join left and right toes touching, heels slightly apart, hands together in prayer. Inhale, float the arms up, back up towards the sky, press the hips forward, chest forward, arch back a little bit. Breathe into that space and bring the hands back down to our heart space. We're going to go the other side now. Hands to the hips, stepping the left toes back towards the back of the mat, toes slightly forward, fingertip, left thumb underneath the crease of the buttocks, and just move that left hip forward a little bit. Draw the right knee forward and release the arms up towards the sky. Let's check in with your knee here. Make sure that it's not feeling uncomfortable in any way. If it is, just step over a little bit more forward and take that pressure off. Breathe into the space. If you'd like to arch back a little bit with this one as well. As always, remind everyone, toes before bows before pose. So you're making sure your toes are pressing in. They're your foundation with your yoga. And let's turn and unfold into warrior two on the other side. Arms out, breathe into the space. Draw the knee forward. Press back with the back foot. Breathe, relax. Long, deep inhalations and exhalations here. As I change space here, we're now moving into side tilting. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Raise the left arm up towards the sky. Look up at the arm or down at the foot. Or if you're feeling a little bit more open today, maybe you want to raise, take the fingertips to the earth and open up. So always maybe find some time to create that space, because some of you have been doing yoga with me for some time. You may not realize that you actually have a little bit more opening. You can actually reach the earth. The main thing is not to go forward. It's actually we're leaning back. So if you feel like you're moving too much forward, just come back up and open up with the knee on the inside. Last breath, and come back up into your warrior two pose. Breathe, relax. Draw breath in and relax down the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone under the body and feel strong in the legs. Either transition hands to the knees and step forward. Toes touching, heels slightly apart, hands alongside the body again. And raise them up towards the sky. Then bring the hands down to your heart space. Maybe you need to lion's breath it out here, drawing a breath in, stick the tongue out and breathe out. Just stay here for a moment. So we've created some nice heat in the body. And let's take that chair position again. Raising our arms up. We this time leave the hands together in prayer position. Draw the arms back so they're alongside the ears. Tuck the tailbone under, pelvis slightly forward, and breathe into this space. If that's too intense, open the arms up. And just always honor your body. Go with how you're feeling. And keep smiling. Find your gaze, your drifty, something to focus on. One more breath and draw the hands back. to your heart space. That feels good. All right, let's move now into our triangle pose, Trikonasana triangle. Stepping our right foot back this time. And as always, with the hands onto the hips, I'm going to side tilt the pelvis over this left leg. I've got my microphone just here in my left side here, so it's a little bit awkward for me today, so I'm not going as deep as well. And also, since I've had my broken foot, my left hip suffered a little bit with the different balance in the way I was walking, even though I did put a shoe on that foot. So just taking this side a little bit more gentle. Just keep breathing, relaxing into this space, turning, broadening through the shoulders, looking up at the right hand. And one more breath, rise up slowly, slowly. Let's just step over towards the right side a little, pointing toes forward, squaring hips towards the front. We're going to reach our arms forward, then wrap them around the back, holding onto our wrists, our forearms, or reverse prayer, and fold torso over the legs. Then move that right hip forward a little, left hip back. Keep breathing into that space. Nice and deep, relax the neck. So spine, neck, all in one line. Last breath, and rise up slowly, slowly, slowly. Let's step right toes and left toes together. Come back into our chair pose. Hands together in prayer, arms alongside the ears. So if you're squeezing your arms in towards your ears, that's how you know you're actually holding your arms nice and strong, nice and straight. So remember, tuck the tailbone under a little bit. Keep breathing into this space. Long, deep inhalations and exhalations. And relax down, hands together in prayer, back at your heart space. So let's go to Trikonasana on the other side. Stepping left foot back this time. Hands on your shoulders. That'll be a bit difficult right now, or not so difficult, but hands on the hips. Let's side tilt the pelvis over that right leg. Bring the hand just below the knee, on the shin or earth, deeper. Raising that left arm up towards the sky. So again, with me on this side, I'm actually not going too deep today because, as you know, with my broken ankle, my range of movement here is improving, but sometimes in some of the poses I'm finding that I still have a little bit of scar tissue. Keep breathing into this space. So if you've had an injury and or you've got weak ankles or knees or hips, this pose and this class is helping strengthen as well. One more breath, come up slowly, slowly, hands to the hips. And let's step our left toes over towards the left side. We're doing forward facing triangles, sweeping our arms forward, wrapping them around the back, holding onto your wrists, your forearms or reverse prayer. Make sure that you can see my feet. I step back a little bit. It's a little bit difficult today. We're on the end of the boat, or the folding torso over the legs, and relax and breathe. Drawing that left hip forward, right hip back, and relax into this space. So how are you going? Have you managed to transition with the practice from just holding onto your wrists or your forearms? So yeah, as you can see, I'm holding onto the forearms here. Sometimes we're just holding onto the wrists, or otherwise we turn our hands at the back and we fold like this over the legs into prayer position. Keep breathing. And last breath. Step right toes, left toes together, hands together in prayer. And let's sit back down into our chair, bring our hands together in that prayer space. Hug our arms in to our ears. And relax and breathe, look up. Of course, tuck the tailbone. Sit down a little bit deeper, see if you can sit further down. Well done. Last breath, hands together in prayer, and back at your heart space. Let's take our feet wide off, or I'm just moving around the back of the duckboard here. And we're going to sit down into our Malasana by reaching toes out and sitting down as best you can. Just strengthen the heels as well if you're up onto the toes. So you can either come, some of us are going to be up really high like this, or some of us are going to be all the way down. Our elbows to the insides of the legs, hands together in prayer, and just soft gaze forward. Wherever you are in this space, relax and breathe. One more breath, and rise up slowly, slowly, slowly. And let's take our feet nice and wide into our wide legs, standing forward fold. The sun's come out for me at the moment, which is nice. Trying to get the best space here. Make sure I don't go down the middle. There's a bit of a space here between the back duck board and this side. Hands to the hips and fold forward over the legs, just like we did with previous pose with our forward facing triangle. And taking our hands around the back, holding onto our wrists, our forearms, or reverse prayer, and fold over the legs. Torso can be in line with the earth. Really point the toes away, feel the strength in the inner legs and breathe into this space. Nice long spine from the tailbone all the way along through to the crown of the head, and then come up slowly, slowly, slowly. Let's join left and right toes together, hands together in prayer, and for the final time, sit back down and working those quadriceps, tops of the legs, leaning back onto the heels and raising the toes up. Keep breathing into this space. Bring the hands together in prayer if you like, at that space, and breathe, tuck the tailbone. Well done. Hands together in prayer. And let's just allow now our hands to float down alongside the body, close down our eyes, and let's regroup with our breath, because sometimes with those deep poses, especially chair, it's other name for it is fierce pose as well, that your breath might become a little bit more uneven. So let's make it nice and fluid. Inhale, draw breath in, long and deep. And lines breath it out, stick the tongue out, release the breath. And then slowly in your own time, raise the right arm up and curl the 3 middle fingers. Just place the left hand alongside the body, place the thumb gently over the right side of the nose. And if you like, you can point your 2 middle fingers up and just rest them in the crease between the brow. Close down the eyes and gently draw breath in through the left side of the nose. And then just take the little finger and seal the left side and release thumb on the right side, breathing breath out. Draw breath in through the right side and close with the thumb, releasing the little finger, send breath out through the left. One more, drawing the breath in through the left side and closing with the little finger and breathing breath out through the right. Hands together back at the heart space. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Love and light, everybody. Namaste, hands to the third eye for right thoughts, back to your heart space. And bowing, acknowledging the soul in one to the soul in the other.